Let's bring in Nicole Parker, former FBI special agent, says she left the bureau because it was too politically weaponized. And Katie Pavlich, townhall.com editor, Fox News contributor, and host of Luxury Hunting Lodges as a Sideline of America. And that is season 2 coming up of Fox Nation. Great to have both of you with us today. Nicole, let me start with you. You hear the director defending the agency. You know, he started today by saying we have thousands of agents, thousands of people at the FBI. They come into work every day with good intentions and they work hard. But the things that he's being questioned on have to do with some of the highest level officials, including presidents and presidential candidates, and the treatment of them and whether or not there is political weaponization here. What do you think about his answers so far, Nicole?
You know, I was a special agent with the FBI for over a dozen years, and I can tell you that while I was serving this country, I was not doing political investigations. I was not politicized. And so I can respect that he is defending the good, fine men and women of the FBI that are working tirelessly to protect this country. But you know what? That's not why Congress brought him before them to testify today. They want to understand what is happening at the FBI and what Christopher Wray is doing to correct it and to fix it. And Americans want answers. They no longer trust the FBI. When I was going about doing my work that had nothing to do with political cases, I was running into stumbling blocks constantly from people that would ask me, hey, are you one of the political agents or are you an agent that I can actually trust? That is inappropriate and unacceptable. And when there's a continuous pattern, starting with, Operation Crossfire Hurricane, and over it has seemed that they were, targeting and aggressively investigating those that held conservative or Republican views, yet almost slow walking or turning a blind eye to those on the opposite end of the political spectrum. It destroyed the credibility of the FBI, and the internal morale at the FBI was very, very low. Yeah. And Wray says, everything is great. Our recruiting efforts are at the, our highest numbers and levels. I can tell you that people are leaving the FBI in numbers I had never seen before. People are retiring the moment that they are eligible. They took an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America, and politicization is unacceptable regardless of where you stand on the political spectrum.
Yeah. Katie, what do you make of this? And do you think that the questions are pointed enough towards Director Wray to elicit the kind of answers that the American people want to see here?
Well, I think the American people watch these hearings and think, what is the point of this? Where is the accountability going to come? And the point of these hearings with the FBI director in most recent months and today is to, A, figure out how they can reform FISA as Republicans look at it and say, look, based on what happened in the 2016 election with Crossfire Hurricane, we need reforms to make sure the FISA court is not being lied to by the FBI and using warrants against American citizens who happen to be part of political campaigns for the sake of getting regaining trust in the elections. The other thing that caught my eye today, Martha, was the issue of data collection by the FBI without a warrant. And this affects the civil liberties of every American. You had Christopher Wray admitting that Bank of America turned over the data, bank data for millions of Americans without a warrant, and that this happens all of the time. That's a problem. You also saw Ken Buck, who's a congressman from Colorado, asking this question about, look, we need FISA to fight against terrorism, against foreign adversaries, but because of the way it's been politicized through the FBI, there are some questions about whether they'll be able to reverse course on that. The other thing that was asked about today was the data collection by the FBI when it comes to location services that they buy from commercial entities. Right. And Christopher Wray said they don't purchase them anymore, but he also couldn't say what that data was used for and whether it's going to be used in the future. So there's the issue of FISA reform, but also the issue of how Congress wraps itself around these issues of data collection, the internet, and how law enforcement agencies at a federal level are capable of taking information from Americans without a warrant, whether it's on bank accounts or whether it's through buying data from private industry.
Yeah, we got to leave it there, but it's interesting. The location devices that the whistleblower says were requested on that moment between Hunter Biden when he said, my dad is sitting right next to me, the whistleblower said he wanted to nail that down by requesting the location of those two devices to see if they were indeed next to each other. So that plays into a little bit of what you're talking about there with location devices. We got to leave it there because they ran over with this hearing. But Nicole and Katie, always good to have both of you with us. Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks, Martha. Great to see you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.